Hey guys, Tactics Thursday. A little bit late, I'm afraid. I do apologise. Been caught up doing things and working late and all that funky stuff. So, world domination, courtesy of the septic tanks. So, let's follow up to see where we're going. Now, obviously, we've got this guy here. We're going to send him... Let's have a look. Can we send him there? Come on. Strategic redeployment. Thank you, Boris. So we're going to strategically redeploy him there, keep him down the bottom. Let's turn down those game sounds, otherwise those clicks are going to get very annoying. So what let's do, if we do a quick click like that, so we've got the Destroyer, Pacific Transport Fleet, select, yeah, see, I want to select that one. I don't want to select the other guy though. You know what I'm going to do, I'm going to select him and just send him there. Just move him out there for a second. And then what I can do is I can select those two there. Actually, what I might be able to do is do that one. Yes, there we go. So I now have a destroyed division, so made up of two lots of destroyers. So we can basically cancel his order. So where's his order there? Select. And we can move to province, cancel current order. So that order is now cancelled. So we've got this one up here, more GC. And let's see what they're doing. Columbia Fleet, Seattle Fleet. Yeah, turning those volumes down because they're a little loud. Actually, I'm going to make a general, just an audio thing on there. Just turn the music, the effects down. Because I don't really want them to be too distracting for you guys while I'm in the process of doing my thing, so to speak. So, there we go. There is CNC Pacific Fleet. As you can see, the Honolulu Division, who should be reporting to the CNC Pacific Fleet, which they do. Excellent. Wonderful stuff. Now, obviously, what I'm going to do is just check to see what's going on there. So you've got the cruiser fleet, the battleship fleet, and the submarine fleet. Now, obviously, quite pleased with that. Let's see what we've got there. Lexington. Yeah, so it's looking pretty good. Production proceeding apace. July 13th, day before my birthday, in 1936. Obviously, I wasn't born then. What I'll try and do is maybe get the carriers with these guys here together and have him deployed into that area of Oahu, Honolulu. So, now what I'm going to do is check here, because I'm going to have to bolster this area up here as well, because the Philippines are probably going to be attacked pretty quickly by the Japanese. So, and I've only got a submarine division in there, so what I might do is use this as a staging post to move troops down and ships and cruiser fleets, and maybe move the cruiser fleet into the Philippines once I've got my carrier fleet there, and then maybe find a second battle fleet possibly. Let's see what we've got in here. Yeah, so we can use Battle Fleet 3. Battleship, yeah, they're good. You know what, we'll send these boys. So what we're going to do is we are going to send them to support the Philippines. So we'll tell them to rebase. So they're going to rebase, sailing over the land, it would appear, as you can see. Interesting. New series of land-based boatage, which we're particularly big fan of. So that should be interesting to see how they manage to cross these areas. But let's see what we've got there. This is a naval base. See, there's another naval base we can operate from, and there's a naval base there. So I've got options of oh my goodness, I've got lots of naval bases in the Philippines. Wow, what I could do is spread it out, so I've got like destroyers in each of these areas. So I'll have little destroyer divisions in each of these areas. They can patrol, look after these areas, and obviously have... Now the thing is, the question is, where's going to be the main one? Because obviously that one, there are no airplanes. I need to get some airplanes built and deployed to the Philippines. Otherwise that's going to cause me a problem, because I need some kind of air defense. Otherwise they're just going to get bombed to shit. Politics remains the same. Nothing will happen there. So let's unpause it and put it up a few arrows. make sure that production is proceeding apace. So there we go, March 1936. Let's make sure that our technology is proceeding. There you go. Needs 27. It's got 27. See, we're improving the aircraft carriers, education, submarine engineering research, mobile warfare, operational level command. So primarily my focus is the Navy, really, because that's what I'm going to need to stretch out my influence in the Philippines and pretty much try and block in Japan. Obviously, what they're going to do is they're probably going to go for China and Mongolia if they're historically correct. Obviously, what they'll do is they'll manufacture a situation where the Chinese appear to fire on the Japanese, and then, as they did in real life, they never waited to investigate, they just attacked immediately, so they used that as a precursor to attack them. So, as you can see, the battleship fleet is on its way. It's okay for fuel. So, it's looking good in that respect. So, let's see what's going on. There we go. So, he's being strategically redeployed. He's out there when he shouldn't have been. Get back in there, you fool. I'm pretty much sure I cancelled those orders, but it might be because, you know, whatever. Anyway. So, New York and the surrounding areas. Now, I've obviously got the Miami Naval Base down there, and I've got Norfolk, which is the main base. So, you see, I've got a route over the North Sea, because I'm going to need to support these boys. Now, obviously, down to Cook's Harbour, Morts, Gulf of St. Lawrence. So the thing is this ours? No, it's Canadian. It's Canadian as well. Okay, so there is the nearest port. So if we look there, New Bedford and Boston. So Boston's the nearest port from which supplies would leave America, make their way across the North Sea to Jolly Blighty, probably the likes of Glasgow or Ireland or maybe even Liverpool. These are places that I can deliver stuff to, maybe even to the Bristol or down to Bristol here, so they can get stuff. So, but the trouble is, once I start, the lower I start getting down here, if France ends up getting taken over, then obviously my troops and my convoys are going to be susceptible to attack there. So I kind of need to prevent that from happening. There is Gay Paris, and obviously these are going to be crucial points here. Luxembourg there, Brussels, key point of attack for the Germans. Amsterdam, they'll obviously want to get. The likes of Utrecht and Haarlem and other places like that. So let's see, there's obviously Denmark. So we got some airfields, we got some stuff. Obviously, a lot of stuff that happened. Norway, there was an invasion into Norway, into Trondheim. So that is, let's have a look. That's a coastal fort. So the thing is, if the Germans attack that, they'll have a well-defended coastal fort. That means I won't be able to do anything there. Same with Oslo. Now, obviously, I'm just wondering how much the Germans are going to do compared to what is essentially history, because I'm pretty up to speed on my history. So CNC East under control of Richardson, everything is set up as I would like it to be, except for, what is this long ass line out here? Long ass line, what are you doing? Long ass line. Okay, so we are going to detach him and reattach him to the CNC West, because we can't put him to anybody else, so he's got to go to CNC West. So there we go. That's certainly better than it was. Ideally, I would have had it going to this this guy here, but never mind. Maybe he's not high enough in the hierarchy. But no, that's army. He's he's still pretty high on the X's on himself there. So as you can see, Pacific Submarine Fleet. Now the thing is, from a Pacific Submarine point of view, the Philippines, especially that base there at Apari, will be very helpful for doing offensive submarine actions against Japan. Now, what I could do effectively is blockade Japan so they can't get any resources and starve them into submission. That would essentially take out a serious problem as far as I'm concerned. Now, obviously, my second goal, I think, because it would need to be the support of the Europeans. But let's just think, historically, the support of the Europeans was the primary focus of the Allies. To get that second front in France as quickly as possible. And America and England pretty much fought most of the Pacific War. So, you know, you had the English down in Singapore, places like that, and other places and things. Oh, what's that? Is that what's in there? No, that's Kuching. No, not Kuching. It's Kuching. And the Koala Belt. Okay, so let's have a look over here. Now, obviously, this is Thailand. There we go. So we got some of the United Kingdom stuff here. Still owning some of Thailand. And there is Bangkok. Okay. So, see, this is the only problem with games like this, is that from your point of view, it's not exactly going to be what I call exciting, because it's just me setting up, getting everything ready, preparing, and it's hardly going to be enjoyable, really. I wonder if I should create a CNC Phil, so basically Commander-in-Chief Philippines, and then he can basically manage everything under that. You know what? I think I might do that. So he will be, that'll be the First Corps, Lejeune, and then the First Army. We'll upgrade that again. Okay, so that's the First Army, the first, so you got that there. So there's the First Army. Can we get that one up more? First Army Group. So there we go, the First Army Group. That will stay there as it stands at the moment. So we'll have this guy, even though he's an army group, he's not technically an HQ, but we'll call him CNC Phil. So he'll be Commander-in-Chief Philippines. Now, who to have? Who is a good man? Now, the thing is, he's a logistics wizard. Engineer. You know what? I'm going to promote him. I want an engineer there because he will be able to build up things like all this infrastructure. That will give me bonuses relating to that. So, I'm quite pleased with that. Now, obviously, what I can do is I've got CNC. So, the First Corps, the First Army. So, there we go. The First Army. Who will control the First Army? I want somebody who is a fortress buster, or no, we'll have a logistics wizard. Let's take Wainwright. So Wainwright's in there. So we have the Philippines force who select. They report to the First Army, who reports to CNC Phil. So good old Phil. And then obviously what I'll do is I'll start boosting up these guys with more people and get more troops out there, so that I can boost up the Philippines. And then after I've done that, I can start then deploying troops. Oh, a puppet on Ethiopia. So, for those who don't know, Ethiopia's around here somewhere in Africa. See, big round, big place. So, yeah, let's, here we go, let's see. There we go, Ethiopia, basically, is a puppet regime in Ethiopia being under the control of the Italians. So, they're up to no good, as you can see. Now, there is Switzerland, home of chocolate and nuns singing in the mountains. So, as you can see, aha, available units to be deployed. Okay, so, let's see. Can we deploy it there? Okay, let's see. No, it didn't let me deploy that bugger. See, at the moment, There we go. Can we do that? No, won't let me do that. Rebase. There we go. Okay, let's see. Close. No, they still haven't done it, but never mind. You know what? I'm just going to assign it to Norfolk for the time being. So, anyway. Let's see. Time is progressing well. As you can see, production is proceeding apace. Infrastructure at Honolulu, anti-aircraft guns at Honolulu, all good. Me is very happy. So, need to up the production there, and there. So we're prioritising production at the moment. Let's have a look at our resources. So, traded away there. So it's increasing. It's increasing. We're in the green, pretty much for all of this. So I don't need to really worry about it. Which, needless to say, is good news for me. I am ecstatic in that respect, as you can tell by this enthusiasm in my voice. Yes. So, there we go. A little bit of juddering there. Sorry about that, guys. Not sure what that is, if that's something running in the background, but I guess we'll find out. So, you've got CNC Pacific Fleet under Somerville. You've got CNC Philippines, and then obviously you've got the 3rd Army Corps, which is down here. Now, he's not going to be doing anything at the moment. Now, the thing is, who is under him? He's got the NG division there. You know what? I'm wondering if it's worth getting the CNC Army Corps over to the Philippines, because... And the thing is... Yeah, because what I want to do, I mean, these guys are going to be okay. It's very unlikely I'm going to get America invaded. If I do, then I failed dismally, and you guys have every right to completely and utterly mock me in any way, shape or form. However, I am thinking that I need to get these boys here. See, there's 2,000 men there, about 3,000 men. I would like to get those guys. So what we do is we'll tell him to go there, rebase. So he's going to rebase to that location. We are going to get those guys to move into that location. And I will then send the... Let's see what's under the 3rd Army Corps. Is it just that one? Yes, it is. I'm going to get that division, the Sunshines, to move to the Philippines via my Pacific Fleet transports, and leave the HQ in place in San Diego with, obviously, a 1st USAF fighter wing. So, as you can see, Pacific Fleet, Smith Hutton, there we go. He is in charge. He's obviously the only man we can have in charge. Just make it known. And leave it like that. Okay, so he's going to move in there, and we are checking to see what's going on. As you can see, the CNC West under Craig, happy with that, and it's just a matter of following on. Now that's the 9th Army Corps under Heron, with multiple regiments in the Army Corps. Okay. To be honest, I don't think there's anything we can do with them for the time being. Let's have a look at these guys in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico division, they have no leader. What kind of leader should we have? Give them old guard. No, there needs to be 2. Actually, no, it needs to be 3. I'm guessing, maybe. Let's just do a quick test. No. No? Okay, can't select anybody for him. So, there is no guy for him. Never mind. And then obviously down here, we have the Panama Canal Force under Chinoeth, who is a defensive person. And he has the Caribbean Fleet. Hurrah for the Caribbeans. So he's got the Caribbean Fleet, which consists mainly of destroyers. Now, to be honest, I'd be very surprised if I get any kind of attention in that area unless they start invading the likes of Africa. But to be honest, I think if they start invading Africa, they would have had to have taken most of this, so Africa, South America, and they would have been, you know, taking a lot of this already. So I don't think we need to worry about that for the time being. Obviously, this is pre-1948, so Palestine is still technically English. Yeah, and everything is quiet there. So let's check our production. See how we're doing there. See, CNC West wants light cavalry and armour. To be honest, I don't think I want that at the moment. CNC West. No, he wants light cavalry and armour. But I'm not convinced of that. I will say who has what. So there's my destroyer division, who is in San Francisco Bay. So, now, these guys should now be in place. So the 3rd Army Corps should be loaded onto a boat, which they are now. And then this boat will take them to said Philippines. Here. Or is it rebase? Yeah. Yeah, let's rebase them for the time being. So they're going to just basically disappear off down there. So that's a nice trip into the Pacific Ocean. Hope you boys enjoy. Remember to take lots of fuel with you. You're going to need it. So that will take them a little while to get there. They're on their way to supply from Manila. So they're on their way down there, 3,000 kilometers. Let's see. Wonder how long that'll take them. See, they're a bit low on strength, so it's not the end of the world, but could cause me a problem later on. As you can see, there's Guam, and there is the wonderful world of the Philippines. So there you go. There's the battleship fleet. There's the submarine fleet and the Asiatic fleet. Let's see what's on there. Destroyers, submarines, submarines, submarines. So what I want to do is can I detach him? Don't think so. What I'd have to do is I'd have to disband the unit and then rebuild it. So I will leave that for the time being. Just checking things to make sure all my information is correct. Yep, it's all good. Okay, so there we go. Looking at that there. Let's move out a bit and get... Oh, what's that place? Planu Pass. Nauru? Never heard of the bloody place. Tarawa? Yeah, I have heard of those. Is it Christmas Island down there somewhere? Could be wrong. Fiji! El Fiji. Oh, okay, so... Anyway. Distracted by shiny things, my apologies. So that's the best support we could give to Australia as an operating base. If we need to, we can support that area. So kind of that's the main operating area, and that's the main operating down there for Australia. So it's just a matter of, see, these guys are going to give me problems, and obviously historically you don't really want to do an invasion of Japan. You'll be up to your knees in blood. It's not good. And call me old-fashioned, but I don't believe in throwing away soldiers' lives needlessly for a pointless cause, just to subdue the Japanese. And you see, as you can see, they're exporting a lot. So it could be that, or so they're importing. They're importing 15 supplies from Japan. So we're getting supply. We're exporting metal and rare materials to them, and energy. And we're basically getting some money in response of supplies. So there's a bit of trade going on with Japan. You can see we've got Ireland, Romania, Greece, Guangxi clique, Nationalist China, Shaanxi, the Philippines, Liberia, Canada, Cuba, Guatemala, Haiti, I suppose you could say, sorry, Haiti, Mexico, Nicaragua, Panama, Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Peru, Uruguay. So lots of stuff going on there. Now obviously what I can do is, if I need to set up, create convoys individually, but at the moment I've got like a good collection of them there. So quite happy with how things are going. Now, let me think. Okay, so we're building 3 carriers right now, and then armies. So let's just think about that. Okay. No, we don't want to build any industrial capacity. We do not want rocket test sites, convoys, escorts, or anything else. I think I need to actually just keep an eye on this. See, as you can see, because that will free up industrial capacity as soon as they're finished. So I think what I'll need to do is build some more carriers, because for those of you who know their history, battleships were kind of big in World War One, but the new platform for attacking became carriers. That certainly was the case in the Pacific at the Battle of Coral Sea, and then formally after that Midway, when essentially Japan lost all 4 of their carriers. Those are the 4 carriers that did the initial attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941. So a real turning point in the Pacific War between Japan and America. I think that was 1942, 43, I think. I'm sure somebody will correct me on my information, but a turning point. So let's hope that we don't get that far. We can actually subdue Japan before such times as they cause us any problems. So let's look at our diplomacy, and let's look at Asia. Where's Japan? So there's Japan at the moment. Now, as you can see, our neutrality. Okay, so they're at 1.2 threat at the moment. The highest perceived threat in their region is the Soviet Union, so they're threatened by the Soviets right now. As you can see, they're in deficit of fuel every single day. Lots of supplies, surplus of crude. So essentially what they've got is they've got the crude, they've got the supplies, but they don't have the ability to turn it into fuel. So the question is, can we actually see, now they're supplying surplus, so thank you for making mockeries of me, Japan. Okay, so USS Quincy. Okay, Quincy ME. For those of you who remember the old television series from the 70s. Let's deploy the USS Quincy to there. So that looks good. And we are following that. Boom. So what we'll do is we will... Is that a destroyer? Is Quincy a destroyer? New Orleans class, yes. New Orleans class, strategic, yep. Oh, nope. So what we'll do is bin those together. So there you go. So we've got heavy cruiser and destroyer. So Quincy will be fine with that. And then what I might actually do is turn that, rather than destroyer division, I might have that as a combination and put the battle fleet in there and all the rest of it. So that should be okay, I think. So let's check our diplomacy, because I need to figure out what Japan is doing. Now, if I look at Asia and Japan, I think I need to send priorities high. Now, I've got 10 spies in my own country, so if I do allies, let's have a look, majors. So, as you can see, priorities. So we're doing counter-espionage, basically to find and neutralise enemy spies. So what we need to do is... So as you can see, priority going high. Now the thing is, you can see what they've got there. Infantry practical, as you would expect. No nuclear bombs, no air, not much air combat experience, current research. Naval air targeting, see tactical air command, destroyer. See, they're focusing, as far as I can see, on that. So let's see. Focus on the enemy's military, political. Now the question is, if I could increase their threat. Let's increase their threat, because then what I can do is increase the threat of Japan to my country, and then I can maybe use that as an excuse to go to war. Otherwise known as the George Bush attack. So we'll think up some fatuous bollocks and then use that as a pretext to go to war. So, let's see. Theatre forces, immediate needs. Not worried about that. Allied military HQ. Military HQ is fine. Let's see. Theatre Cincy West. So there we go. There's CNC West. Check out production. Yeah, there you go. See, so the CAGs, carrier air groups, or combat air groups, things like that. We'll call it carrier air groups. That's what this is in there. Change those. Make sure they're all. So let's see. Procos. Yeah, we'll keep production prioritized for the time being. Because we want to basically build up our armies, get our armies into a position. Now, obviously, you can see these are progressing well. June the 17th. Now, let me just check my production. Yes. So, hopefully, this technology here will be researched before these carriers are finished. And so, with any luck, those carriers will actually get the benefits of those research. I hope, anyway. I do remember reading somewhere that it said something about... I'm not sure if it's once you start building them, then it works, or whether or not it's when it's completed, once it's built, then you get those benefits. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. But as you can see, June, July, oh crap, June. No, those are CAGs, so I don't have to worry about that. It's these boys here, the USS Enterprise, the USS Yorktown, and dear. Now, obviously, could I change the names of those? I could change the names of those. USS Enterprise, can't change the name of that. Classic name. USS Yorktown, one of the carriers at Midway, can't change the name of that either. So, now the question is, what do we have down here again? So there's a submarine fleet and there's the battleship fleet. So we got the Colorado, the West Virginia, and the Maryland. Oh, look at that. Standing up and saying they're ready to fight for our country. We got volunteer surge. So... can I name it? No, I can't name it. That's a bit shabby. I'd like to be able to name the bugger. You could name it something, but never mind. Never mind. Okay, yep, that's fine. So let's just check on our politics. Or was it? Where is it? Here we go. So if we're looking, stab in the back. So this is the leadership of Italy, assuring America they're desiring a peace. Now, basically, this is the freedom of action. They wanted to be given the okay to do whatever they wanted in Africa, and we kind of gave them the okay to do that. An unlimited national emergency, the day of infamy, that's the one I'm not looking forward to. USA will be at war. So Italy's at war with France, gearing up for war. So Germany's at war with the United Kingdom, and we will be at war. So that's going to be... That's going to be a belter, that one there. That's when the basically large amounts of excrement will be hit a rotating fan device. Okay. Until... There you go, see, look. Until 1900. That's going up. National Manpower Modifier. Okay, that's helpful. The nation expects. So we could be a while away from that. So I guess we'll find out. So there we go. Gearing up for war. We lose neutrality even. There we go. Heavy cruiser armament. Heavy cruiser engine. Destroyer main armament. Destroyer engines. Destroyer advance. Submarine engineering advance. Naval energy advance. This is all great stuff. So what we're going to do is pause that there. Check our technology, 27 of 27. That's still looking good. So we'll leave that there. As you can see, things are still progressing well. I am content. We shall unpause. When are we doing that? July 23rd. That's good. Upgrades. Norfolk. Oh, so that's helpful. Naval build speed at Norfolk. So there we go. Naval build speed down, improved by 15%. This is Norfolk. New Orleans, prefabbing helium. Very nice. Amarillo. Yeah, okay, I won't sing a song. Fur, Anchorage, obviously. And aluminium at Little Rock. In Arkansas, no doubt. Home of Billus Clintonus. The well-known, you know, Roman general. Okay, so as you can see, the priority there, we've got 5 active spies in Japan, and I'm using them to increase the threat. Now, let's have a look at the diplomacy with respect to England. Europe. Allies. Here we go. So, now, as you can see, allied with Iraq, Oman, Yemen, Bhutan, and Nepal. Okay. Okay, so you can't offer an alliance because our neutrality is too high. See, at the moment it's 99.5. Now the thing is, they are influencing us as well. So that's obviously beneficial. They're trying to basically influence us to drift towards their faction, which will be beneficial as far as they're concerned. So as you can see, the Americans there, mostly drifting towards the Allies with a value of 0.83. More messages. Okay. See, minus 1.86 compared to how closely aligned they are. Okay. Aeronautic. Benefits for aeronautical engineering and infantry theory. This is all excellent, excellent stuff. And as you can imagine, this is riveting broadcasting you guys are watching here. This is absolutely spellbinding, I can imagine. I'm getting a crick in my neck now. Oh, that's better. Okay, so, technology. What are our options relating to capitals? So there's the carrier. Carriers there, aircraft carrier, blah, 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 blah. So you can see 36, 34, carrier armour. As you can see, yeah, carrier armour, so that's already being done. So that should be ready by June as well. So I'm pleased about that. That will increase, as you can see, the air defence, the air attack, all sorts of stuff. So there we go. So we're vulnerable to enemy aircraft. Okay. There we go. Oh, Christ. Okay. There we go. Resurgence technology, naval engineering by +1 at completion. Yes. Okay, so. Yeah, that's looking interesting. Oh, Scunthorpe. Ipswich, Southend. Hello, Southend. Hello. I don't live that far from there. Hello, Southend. Hey. Strange that would be Southend and that would be Ipswich, but anyway, Southend's right down here somewhere. So, anyway. Kilkenny, Carlow, Kildare, Wicklow, Mullingar, Cavan, Omagh, Armagh, Enniskillen, Belfast, Donegal, Galway, Limerick, no less. Okay, so, enough faffing there. Let's see how our intel is looking. So we get anything there. So our intel is looking pretty abysmal. No intel on Japan. No revolt risk. Diplomatic mode. Okay, there's all the regions. There's all the supply. So as you can see, supplies going on. Some supplies getting down to these guys. Now, that's a good point, actually. These boys, are they here yet? Yes, they are. So we'll select these guys. And we will tell them to rebase. So they'll return there now. And what it means is we've successfully transferred these guys. The division here And we should be able to put them underneath. Let's have a look. How many we got there? There's there. Whoops. Come back. So there's 2,000 NG division and the Philippine force. So what we're going to do is we will move the Sunshine division and we will detach them from there and then reattach them to the first corps. So there we go. So as you can see, the first corps army there, Philippines and the division there, so that's good, all under Legion. So what we'll do is we'll take these boys and we will send them with a control right click to strategically redeploy, and they'll get there May 20, no, as in when you're going to strategically deploy them rather than when they're actually going to get there. So those are going to strategically deploy up there, and then obviously we can start improving things. So Clark Field looking good for infrastructure, air base looking reasonably okay. Now the question is, can I get a radar station in there? I do not have the ability to construct a radar yet. Okay, so it's a naval base. Okay, now the trouble is this province is not controlled by me. So that's a little bit annoying, but never mind. At the end of the day... Oh! Allow radar stations to work as listening. So let's check on Oahu. See what's going on. Infrastructure map mode. See what the infrastructure looks like over here. So as you can see, infrastructure is looking reasonably okay-ish. So let's go back to our political MIP mode. And... click. No, still don't have radar. Technology. Where are you? In, industry theory? Industry. Aha. That's what we're after. Radar. So radar is now in the list of things to be done. However, see, that's going to be ahead of its time, so I've got to leave it down there. Can't do much with that. So as you can see, that stuff all about to be finished research. Looking good. Close. Okay, so units are in poor supply. Well, obviously they're going to be in poor supply because of this guy here. So let's have a look. Yep. Well, hang on, let's just... There we go. So that division there. And they are now moving there. 4 brigades. So yeah, there we go. 2,000 men, that's fine. Inefficient research or insufficient research. So... There we go, I've got enough there. Of course it's in port supply. Aircraft hangar advance, excellent. Armament improvement, engine advance, fuel consumption reduced, carrier armor advanced with... Oh! Wow, okay. Shame on you, Ecuador. You obviously don't want our business. We will be sure to thank you for your trade by throwing loads of bombs at you. We are Americans after all. Okay. So as you can see, lots there. I'm going to keep him here. I don't want him going out of San Diego. Nimitz, key part of, as you see there, look, spotter, superior tactician. So it basically means I want a good fleet under that boy. And he has the Tennessee. Now the thing is, he has Sarat. You know what I might do actually is I might put the carriers that are made into that fleet, and then obviously start adding in some other bits and pieces. So like for example, the Pacific Destroyer fleet. Start detaching these guys out and add them into this massive fleet for Nimitz, as he's a superior tactician. So as you can see, he's got good skill. Most of these guys do not have good skill, so I want to make the most of that guy. Nimitz is going to be the man. And in fact, a series of submarines was named after him after World War II. Yeah, the Nimitz class. No. So, who have we got in there? Destroyer fleets. Only 3 destroyers and a cruiser. So let's just take... Okay. So... the First Navy, which is basically a cruiser. The Quincy. So we'll just leave that at the moment, because what we might do actually is send old Quincy down and rebase him down there. And then what that will do is that I'll get Quincy down there, we'll take him out and assign him to Nimitz, so he can have a cruiser in his nice battle fleet. The Battleship Fleet of Ponage. Well, I think we'll call that one. No, we won't actually. Light gun tank advance. That's good. That will help our light guns. So what we'll do is say that one. Let's disband. No, don't want to disband him. Into the hierarchy. No. Okay. Ah, you know what I thought? There we go. So what I'm after is get rid of him, 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 and then combine. So there we go, Battleship Fleet, and there's the Quincy. Yay, we got there in the end. So as you can see, Quincy's now been added. Who have we got here? The Enterprise and the Yorktown. So no, those are so let's see there. Oh, screw it, put them there. Just leave them there for the time being, because that's where I'm going to deploy my carriers to. Right, so that's definitely improved the capital ability of my carriers. See, aircraft carrier armor, 1936, 1908. Okay, so there we go. Put that up the top again. Get that aircraft carrier armor up as high as I can, because anything that will give me an advantage. Units are in poor supply. See, now the question is, why are those units in poor supply? Let's move him to there. So he's going to strategically redeploy. The CNC fill will stay in place. And the First Army, I wonder if that's a better option. Interesting. Okay, we'll leave that at the moment. So, to be honest, I'm sure somebody will come up with a suggestion how to get that guy out of poor supply. As you can see, doesn't have a huge amount of supplies. Upgrades and reinforcements. Okay. There we go. It's out of range of one of its HQs. So we might need to actually move him to there. Oh, I love that music in the background. You know what? Some people don't put enough emphasis on good music in a game. I do remember one of my all-time favourite games had great music in it. It was music from Verdi, Requiem, absolutely stunning music. You were driving through the desert in a tank, blowing the crap out of everything left, right and centre, with Verdi's music banging through your speakers or your headphones. It was glorious. Okay, Republican Spain. As you can see, these boys aren't far off. See, August 2nd. Oh, see, look at that. See, August the 23rd. Trouble is, I tend to slouch a little bit when I'm playing, so it sort of all goes bleh, and I have to reposition myself, which is what you were hearing in the background. And don't get any ideas. Okay. So as you can see, those guys will automatically go to CNC West. So those are basically armoured brigades. And that should be ready soon, July 23rd. See, we're in June at the moment, so not long now. How is our diplomacy looking? And more to the point, economy. Metal. See, Birmingham's generating the most metal. Who's generating the most oil? Rock Springs, okay. Efficient sociopath. Oh, yeah. See, Charles Lindbergh. Silver Legion. Now, here's the thing is, Charles Lindbergh, according to my memory, was in favour of isolationism with respect to America and involvement in a European war. So even though he's basically a hero to a lot of Americans, it wouldn't be beneficial to me to put him into a position of power. Now, the foreign minister, see, he's a great compromiser. I don't want a compromiser. He's susceptible to the Allies. I don't know what he'll give away, so I'll keep him with me iron-fisted brute. Yeah. Even though he gives negative threat impact. John Nance Gardner. Or Garner, I should say. No other candidates to replace him with. We've got Minister of Security Frank Murphy. J. Edgar, the skirt wearer. Chief of Staff Malin Craig. Chief of the Army Malin Craig. Can we chase that? See, Armed Practical Decay. I don't want to keep that, because at the moment I'm not really worried about this mobile units, because I don't need a lot of mobile units. And Oscar Westover, light aircraft, naval efficiency. Who have I got here? Practical cap. Should I take Lee? Naval, but yeah, you know what? I'm going to take Capital Ship Practical Decay for that guy, because I'm focusing pretty heavily on... Oh! Cancel. Oh dear. Chief of the Navy, Capital Ship Practical Decay, yay. So let's speed that up a little bit, see how it goes. So. Inefficient research. Oh, screw you, bitch. I'm guessing it's going to be that one. But it means it will take it longer, but if I can get it by 38, that means I could start installing a radar station in this lovely little place here. Now obviously if we get a radar station here, right there, I can see them nasty Japanese coming after me, and I can slap them down. Which basically means if I can actually prevent them from annihilating the Pacific Fleet, that basically means that the US will still be a force to be reckoned with in the Pacific, and I can actually use that to push them back. and to prevent them from progressing out towards like the likes of the Philippines and obviously places around here in Borneo and New Guinea and all the rest of that, and also threatening Aussie. We do not want the Australians threatened because they're very cruel. And I speak from experience, by the way. I've been to that country 4 times in my life, spent over 4 months total there, and are more wonderful people you could never wish to meet. Great sense of humour, those guys. Great sense of humour. And always welcoming in my experience. So, now, why is he red? Max commands 6 ships. And more to the point, he's got 7. Oh, crikey. The battleship New Mexico. So, what we'll do is we'll take that one. So, we'll take the submarines out. And leave the destroyers in there. There we go. So there's the first, so what should we call these guys? Yes. United States Muff Divers. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. Because they obviously dive. So, Muff Divers. Got to be done. Okay. So... as you can see, I'm still waiting for those carriers to come out. Yorktown comes out on the 23rd. August the 2nd, the Enterprise is available to me. And I think, literally, that's going to be pretty much it. Okay. There we go. See? There we go. Hello, boys. So, what we'll do is we will... actually, you know what? We're going to send the Enterprise, the Yorktown... let's see, to there. Where is San Diego? Which one is it? I need to assign it to the right fleet. Let's just make sure we assign it to the right one. I want to get it in Nimitz' fleet, and then we can maybe get Nimitz over there. So Nimitz is the Battleship Fleet 2. So we say that one. Battleship Fleet 2. Yorktown. Battleship Fleet 2. As we hit the microphone. Now the thing is, his limit is 6 ships. So we got the Quincy, and we got them. 3rd Air Wing, 4th CAG. So let's see what we've got here. Whoops, Daisy, we wanted them to actually rebase the carrier. Okay. Down. Rebase the carrier. Okay, so that means then if we check here, there we go, rebase that carrier, and then we got the Tennessee, the Saratoga. Let's have a look. See, his limit is only 6 ships. You know what? I think we're going to need to take this boy out of it. Sorry, Quince. So, now the thing is, should we put... what's his limit on ships? Ah, there we go. So what we'll do is we'll close those ones. And then put him in with Gormley. Here we go. Now the question is, can I promote this boy? I can. Okay, now the question is, can I put him See. He has no unit hierarchy. Okay. So, as you can see, what I'm trying to do essentially is build up a pretty good battle fleet. So I've got there a good collection of carriers, Yorktown, Enterprise, Saratoga. That's going to be a really pretty hard-hitting fleet as far as I'm concerned, with the 3rd, 4th Air Wing, and then obviously the Enterprise and Yorktown in there. Which reminds me, have I got any mark? Yeah, there we go. So I need to rebase him to the carrier. So he's going to replace to the carrier. So as you can see, we'll have a nice collection. There you go, Enterprise, Yorktown. The Enterprise one will be there shortly. But that will be like a main battle fleet. So I might transfer him. I don't know yet. But anyway, that's it for the time being. Tactics Thursday has come to an end for today. Not exactly what I'd call riveting broadcasting, but then such games tend to go on for a while. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next week.